Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, we're going to be reading for all 12 signs for the week of January 18th through the 24th. Your biggest cosmic influence this week will be the Capricorn new moon coming in on the 18th. And we did talk extensively about the new moon in Capricorn on Tuesday night. So if you guys missed that information, you can find it over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. All right, so tonight, all 12 signs. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming, so we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. If you're catching me live, get comfortable, grab a water, stay hydrated, right? I will put timestamps in the description box immediately following the live stream. So if you're coming in to watch the replay, thank you so much for watching my video. And you can find those timestamps in the description box all the way down at the bottom. Thank you for the audio check, ladies. Welcome, Sandra, Jenna coming in, Vanessa over on Facebook. Thank you, Vanessa. All right, ladies. I think I'm just going to jump right in. I'm struggling a little bit to do tonight's live. I'm dealing with a little bit of, I guess, brain fog. Um, I feel like my ADD is like through the roof the last couple of days for sure. Struggling to stay focused. Um, Definitely having to do a lot of extra grounding. So I don't know. That may be relatable. Let me know in the chat. I feel like I feel weird doing like all 12 signs, like, reading tarot for the week of the 18th through the 24th when we're, experiencing very unique times, right? So it just feels weird to, I don't know, like go through our regular day. And it's like we have our regular life, but we have all this stuff that's happening in the world at the same time. I guess I'm just struggling to find the balance, is what I'm trying to say. Um, but Spirit is telling me, like, for example, the Capricorn new moon, it's all about discipline. Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn is the planet of discipline. Discipline and consistency is what's going to help us get through these challenging times that we're facing. And that Capricorn new moon is definitely going to give us some new opportunities um, to do just that. So that's the week we're looking at, the 18th through the 24th. Again, guys, I know we break them down pretty weird over here at PLR. I really do this really specifically for a really specific reason. So I'm never going to tell you guys that these readings are for your sun, moon, or rising. I always tell you guys that I'm having a spiritual awakening, and I use all 12 readings to correlate with my birth chart, because I know that we're much more than just our sun, moon, and rising, right? If you are going to listen to just one, I would definitely recommend that you do listen to your rising sign. It's going to give you probably the most information that you need. If you want to know how you feel about a certain situation or what to do about those feelings, your moon sign could be helpful. But again, you have all 12 signs on your chart, whether you have planets in that house or in that sign or not. That area or that energy still impacts your chart in some area of your life, right? So that's how I would recommend doing these. I do break them down in the order of my chart. For example, I have more fire energy in my chart than I do air signs, for example. That I do air energy. So I always start with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then I move on to the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Again, it is very specific to my own spiritual journey, but that's why I put the timestamps so you're able to use them however it helps and benefits you, right? Welcome, Diana. All right, I'm going to jump right in, and I'm going to start with Aries. I pulled out the Black Moon Oracle. We actually do have a Black Moon in 2026 that we're going to talk more about coming up here pretty soon. I pulled out the Gilded Tarot to clarify. I'm going to use the Oh no, brain fart. um, Keepers of the Light. I think it's Keepers of the Light. By Kyle Gray, and then Moonology, of course, to close the readings out. All right, let me grab a drink of water. Aries, always the guinea pig, right? How's everybody feeling? Does everybody feel like the energy kind of feels, I don't know, different, right? Like intense, like it's getting thicker, I guess. Easiest way. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we're doing tarot from bed today. I just wanted to be as comfortable as possible. I think that's really going to be key, that we're practicing self-care and that we're resting when our body tells us to rest, right? I mean, I know, at least for me, it seems like that's how it is. All right, let's do 6:15 for Aries. And this is going to be for January 18th through the 24th. We do have that Capricorn new moon coming in on the 18th. I feel like, I mean, I haven't heard too many other astrologers say this, but I feel like the Capricorn new moon could be challenging for Aries. Aries is the rebel, right? Aries is the rebel. Mars rules Aries, and Mars is very much like the war planet, rebellious energy, and Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. And Saturn is more like follow the rules, very strict energy. So very possible that the Capricorn new moon is a little challenging for Aries. All right, let's start out with the energy of the week. So we have South Node, life's debts coming out. We have Mercury, the mind, coming out. It's like the energy of the past is here for Aries, and there definitely could be something about overthinking or over analyzing, over worrying for Aries. All right, lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We have Aquarius. I know. We do have Aquarius season starting the end of this week. We're going to talk more about it next week. Aquarius season is going to be pretty impactful, 2026. And it is going to be because Pluto's there, right? So, like, for the first time in, 250 years. So, we'll talk more about it next week, but Aquarius season definitely going to be felt by all of us, whether you have Aquarius placements or not. But the energy of knowing, an inner knowing, maybe even a spiritual knowing is here. So it's like almost like you're overthinking something, Aries, even though you already like should have faith or know what the outcome might be. All right, let's look at what the outcome might be for Aries. We have fourth house roots coming out. Interesting. On the bottom, we do have seventh house partners. Um, Capricorn, for me, the house Capricorn is my seventh house. So I feel like this new moon is going to be a lot to do with like partnerships and relationships and that type of energy for me. I think someone from your past returns, Aries. I know it's not like Mercury retrograde or anything, but we do have some Mercury energy here. It's in your challenges or obstacles. I feel like you're overthinking something. You could even be manifesting something in the mind. The threes are sticking out to me, 323. Aquarius, I know, is this energy of inner knowing, some type of like understanding. And fourth house roots is where you came from or where something all started. That's kind of the energy I'm getting for Aries. All right, let's clarify a little bit. I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot. All right, let's see. The Seven of Pentacles comes out. So whatever this past energy is, it's something that you've been waiting on for maybe a long time, Aries. The Pentacles, there could be something about timing, like 7 months is what I'm hearing. So it could be something about 7 months. The Knight of Swords comes out. This is freedom, liberation. It is my clue card for a breakup. Again, this could be a past relationship. We did see the seventh house partners on the bottom of the deck. So Aries, someone that you were in the relationship with, someone from your past, maybe someone that you went through a breakup with as well. But I feel like the Knight of Swords could also be representing the freedom, the liberation. You could have something weighing heavy on your mind, and the return of this situation gives you some type of relief. Um, I almost said release, but it's almost like you're able to release something that's been troubling the Aries mind. All right, let's look at Aquarius. I know. So Queen of Wands, big confirmation here, because Queen of Wands is like confidence. Being confident enough to take passionate actions. Fourth house roots, I will admit, Aries is throwing me off a little bit. I think it's just like someone from your past, deep past, long-term type of energy. Ten of Pentacles comes out. Ten of Pentacles is like something that you want. Some type of goal or achievement. Again, Aries, I think it's very possible that this is something that you've manifested. There's this energy of like conjuring something up. Justice is on the bottom. Justice does say that a great injustice like has happened, and like the scales need to be balanced again, and that's kind of what I'm picking up here. Whatever this conversation is, whatever this return energy is, it's something you want so that you can like either find some type of freedom, release, clarity, understanding, something like this. All right. So the guidance cards are a set of oracle cards that have all the ascended masters. I like to use this oracle from time to time just to remind people that there's more than just one Bible, and there's more than just Jesus, right? It's interesting to me that I live in the United States and I'm surrounded by people that don't know, don't understand, can't comprehend that there are other religions and practices and all of this type of stuff. And yeah, I just feel like we really need to educate ourselves. Which I almost didn't say that right. But we need to educate ourselves a lot more, because that would help a lot of what is happening right now as well. All right, guidance for Aries. We have Lady Portia, divine timing. So there is something about in Spirit's time. I'm getting a little bit of rebellious energy. You could be trying to push some type of conversation that Spirit's saying like it's not quite time yet, Aries. All right, it says, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. On the bottom, these are hard to pronounce sometimes. The Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. This is energy of that freedom, liberation, coming with the Knight of Swords. Acknowledge to close it out for Aries. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I definitely feel like it's an overthinking week here. There's a lot going on in the mind. What do you need to release? It's the waning moon. and nothing will come of the situation void of course moon. This card comes out a lot when you're overthinking something, Aries, and I feel like that's really the energy of the week. You could be trying to push something, or feeling a little bit of impatience as well. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Aries. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, guys, make sure to tap that like button for me. I'm going to clean up and we're going to move on to Leo. I feel like not too bad for Aries, for the guinea pig, right? I don't know. I also got a feeling like that may be like one of the easiest ones. Leo, there's a lot of energy in 2026 for Leos. I think the Jupiter energy alone is pretty significant. Leos are star of the show. And I feel like 2026 with Jupiter doing that retrograde definitely will impact your Leo placement. So check your charts. For me, Leo is my second house. So this is all about like my assets, my money, my things that I own. Yeah. All right, let's timestamp. Let's do 1808. Leo, this is going to be January 18th through the 24th. So the 18 could be significant for you, Leo. All right, I'm starting out with the Black Moon Oracle. Let's get energy of the week for Leo. We have 11th house friends. It's number 35. I wanted to say like soul tribe, soul family, but this is more. Let's look at challenger, obstacle. 5th house, creativity. Lesson learned for Leo. 2nd house, owning. And then communication is going to come out for potential outcome. Bottom of the deck is the I believe. There's something here about your 11th house, Leo. So check your charts. There's something about your friend circle. It definitely gives off like soul family, soul tribes type of energy. But there was something about the people that I saw in the picture when I first turned it over. It gives very strong soulmate type of energy, which I mean, soulmates don't have to be like love relationships. So your soul tribe is your soulmates, right? Your soul sisters are soulmates, but this is giving something much more intimate, um, something much closer. I don't know if you can tell in the picture the way they're holding each other, the way her hand is around his face. It's giving a very intimate um, feeling, energy. And I got to point out that it's really significant that there's three people, two women and one man. For Leo, the Jupiter retrograde is going to be Jupiter is a planet of prosperity and fortune, and it's also an energy of karma. There is this energy of balancing out some type of karma. And Leo, if you're feeling stuck, like you're riding this, I almost see like there's a face, and it almost looks like there's a train, and there's some puppets. It's a show of like it's about a show, right? But it's giving like it's reminding me of like Thomas the Train on the picture. But it's giving this energy of feeling like you're on this roller coaster ride. Um, like emotions could feel like they're up and down, up and down. And that could be, I mean, it's very challenging, but it's in your challenges or obstacles. I feel like it's going to be important that you pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with, who has access to your energy. There could be something about needing to own up to something or take responsibility for something or accountability for something. And it's almost like that is what's holding you up. Like that's what's causing the roller coaster of emotions. And it's going to take some type of communication, the air element here as your potential outcome, in order to like clear the air, heal whatever needs healing. You know, you got 35, 29, 26, and 39. The numbers are sticking out to me. Not one of them like more than the other, but just all of them. All right, 11th house friends. We have Queen of Swords. Definitely going to be about communication, standing up for yourself, and maybe even something about like healthy boundaries. Fifth house creativity, I felt like it was this energy of like maybe you're struggling to feel joy or happiness, and it feels like you're on this roller coaster of emotion, but it's not the emotions that you're looking for, right? So Queen of Cups comes out. Queen of Cups is unconditional love. It's also self-care, pouring into yourself, knowing when you're depleted, thinking that, okay, I could be talking to a Leo that, like, you're resting but you're limiting. Okay, I'm so glad we get to talk about this. Okay, I learned something new this week, Leo. I feel like I'm talking to someone that's really hard on themselves. Um, Maybe you're doing a lot for your friends and other people, and you're not standing up for yourself, or maybe you're even disappointed that you did a lot for other people, and now when you're in this energy of lack or need or depletion, you feel like those that you did for or no longer, like they're not, you showed up for them but they're not showing up for you type of energy. That could be causing like the emotional roller coaster type of ride. um it's going to be really important, Leo, that you take care of yourself and that you understand that no one's responsible for filling your cup but you. um Check your inner circle. I mean, if you feel like people aren't showing up for you and you show up for them all the time, then yeah, maybe it's time for a new group of friends, right? But I think this is a little bit more than that, because I just learned in the last couple of days. Okay, so there is masculine energy and there's feminine energy. We've all agreed to that already, right? Um, we all understand that that is energy that is within us. We each person has masculine and feminine energies. Um, not it doesn't matter whether the person is male or female, but we've all come to understand that some of us resonate stronger with one or the other energy, right? Like some of us feel more of the feminine energy, some of us feel more of the masculine energy. For some of us, that changes from time to time. There's times where we feel like we're more in our masculine energy, and sometimes we feel we're more in our feminine energy, right? All those things. Okay, so I want to talk to you about your feminine energy. But first, the masculine energy. The masculine energy is the protector and the provider, right? The feminine energy is the nurturer and the caretaker, correct? Okay, so the masculine energy is more comfortable with the daily routine of, 9 to 5, let's say, just example. Um, because they're the protector and provider. That's the time the masculine energy feels more comfortable with. The feminine energy, however, our our energy is completely different than the masculine energy. The feminine energy is more of cycles. We actually, I heard somebody say that women experience all 4 seasons in 1 month. Um, the first season is a season of um I can't remember them all now. But it was like uh renewal, and a season of renewal, a season of creativity, a season of rest, a season of rejuvenation, and then back to renewal, back to creativity, back to rest, back to rejuvenation. You know what I mean? Like it's a cycle that we experience in like a month's time, right? And it does have to do with like our feminine, like the womanly, your cycles, right? So I feel like I'm talking to a Leo where you're trying to push yourself to be the 9 to 5, and your body's asking you to be more in your feminine energy, and your feminine energy needs more rest. Your feminine energy needs more cycles. Your feminine energy is not comfortable with the 9 to 5. Your feminine energy might need a whole week to just replenish themselves, and then may experience a whole week of creativity and just making all this stuff and doing all this work and getting so much done. And then a whole week of, starting to feel peppier or more excited or preparing for what's to come type of energy. And then you're back to creativity, right? And you're creating things and you're doing things, and then you're back to resting. So it's like a cycle. There's this energy of someone here, Leo, who is depleted. And it's because you're pushing yourself to be more in your masculine energy, and your feminine energy is asking you to rest. It is something that I have been working on in my own journey. Like if I feel tired, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna take a nap. I nap now. I'm just saying, like that is Shield Nova, welcome. That's unusual for me. Like I didn't used to be a napper. I'm a napper now. Like I nap. And I can take some really long, like weird 4-hour naps where I wake up and I feel like I missed the bus. I don't know what year it is. I'm having like some really weird dreams here lately too. But yeah, so it's going to be really important that you listen to your body. It's going to be really important that you rest. And I just want to say, whether you're male or female, it does not matter. It has nothing to do with that. When your body says, I'm tired, it's going to be really important that you rest. And it doesn't matter if you already took a nap that day, take another one. It's going to be really important that you practice, that you're consistent with all of your self-care practices. Almost like in a abundant, it's because there's so much going on right now. It's like you have to be more abundant in your self-care so that you don't become depleted. Does that make sense? All right, 10 of Cups comes out, second house owning. This is happy home, happy family. This definitely could have something to do with a home or family situation. For some of you, this could be emotional contentment. It's like you're not going to be able to find joy and happiness if you feel like you're on this emotional roller coaster where you're doing for everyone else and then feeling like they're not showing up for you when it's your time of need. The moon comes out. So I feel like the communication that's going to happen for Leo this week is all going to be about your emotions and how you've been feeling about all of this. There's some accountability, like holding someone accountable with that Queen of Swords. All right, guidance, Saint Germain, karma releasing. So remember, at the very beginning of the Leo reading, I talked about Jupiter. Remember that? And I talked about Jupiter doing this retrograde in Leo and Cancer, remember? And I said that, yes, Jupiter is good fortune, good luck, all those things, but it's also a planet that represents karma. Karma releasing. Move beyond the drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. Check that inner circle. Make sure your energy is balanced. Equal effort. Mahavatar Babahi. I really try. Like I really give it an honest effort. Soul expansion. The consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. We do have Dharma unfolding. I'm loving seeing this, especially for those of you that are worried about the karma. What happens when you release karma or when you balance your karma is you begin to live in Dharma, right? So this is a state of being, a state of living. This is when you have balanced out your karma. So it's pretty interesting that that's bottom of the deck for Leo. I do feel like in my own personal journey, balancing karma has been a thing. I do feel like I've reached some point where it's like I don't know, I don't feel like my soul owes so much, you know what I'm trying to say? But I don't know, there's still a lot of cleansing and purification and alignment to happen. But it's like I can feel myself coming into alignment. I can feel myself surrendering. and some things in life becoming a little bit easier, right? All right, emotions are running high. It's the super moon, so big confirmation of that emotional roller coaster I was telling you for Leo. A fiery climax approaches. It's full moon in Aries. I'm going to trust that because I do feel that you're going to communicate your emotions and your feelings. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful, guys. If it was, if it pulled at those heartstrings, make sure to tap that like button for me. I'm going to clean up and then we're going to move on to Sagittarius. This Leo has been sleeping a lot. I feel like I have definitely been taking extra naps. I've also been sleeping longer hours than normal. Like I normally just sleep about 4 hours at a time. And it's actually rare to reach the whole 4 hours. And I feel like here lately, I don't know if it's just pure exhaustion, or, you know, just, I don't know, the quiet, the peacefulness. I've just been sleeping a lot more. Big yawns. Big yawns, Sagittarius. I don't know. I feel like this could be a big one. Let's timestamp. Let's see. Let's do 3722 for Sagittarius. I've seen 3717, but it didn't timestamp it, Sagittarius. So there could be something about the 17 that's significant. Either way, this is for January 18th through the 24th, 2026. Your biggest cosmic influence this week will be the Capricorn new moon coming in on the 18th. All right, the energy feels a little intense, so let's see what comes out for Sagittarius. All right, we have Gemini, I think. I want to point out that it's the twins. It's number 15. We are live streaming. Today is January 15th. That could be significant as well. Challenge or obstacle, we have Chiron healing. It's number 8. It's giving strong twin flame vibes. Lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle, we have Yah destiny, powerful twin flame vibes. My heart started beating a little faster. Okay, potential outcome for Sagittarius. Sagittarius is my moon sign. My moon sign. It's my 6th house. All right, potential outcome for Sagittarius. We have the Moon Soul card. I mean, this is twin flame. It is screaming soul contract. It is screaming healing. It is screaming destiny, fate. Powerful. Cancer, I feel, is on the bottom. All right, let's just break it down and work our way through it. So Gemini, I think, is definitely about the mind. It is Gemini rules the 3rd house. That could give you a clue as well. But I think that you're about to either get some big confirmation this week, or you're about to get knowledge of something that has to do with your spiritual awakening journey. It's almost like some of you are getting confirmation and some of you are getting like the next steps. Like, this is where we're going next. This is the path. The eights are sticking out to me. So it's number 15, number 8, 48, and 2. All right, Gemini. I'm using the Gilded Tarot. I don't know why I said Gemini. Sagittarius. Because I'm looking at Gemini. All right, 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, that's interesting. 9 of Pentacles is independence, doing something on your own, creating something on your own, building something on your own. The little bird is sticking out to me. There could be a message, like maybe you have a message for counterpart energy. Maybe counterpart energy has a message for you. There could be like a little bit of surprise, especially with that 9 of Pentacles, because it's almost like you've been doing something for a long time by yourself. It's possible you've been waiting for the message. Chiron healing is a challenge or obstacle. 3 of Wands, taking action towards their future. You could be waiting for someone to take action. You could be waiting for someone that is going through some type of healing. Chiron, it's a little bit more than just your healing journey. Chiron is the thing, the trauma, the generational whatever that you're here to overcome. So when you look at Chiron on your chart, Sagittarius, it tells you what you're going to be working on. It's not something that you're going to like fix overnight. It's something that you're going to be working on most of the lifetime, right? But I don't feel like this is you. I feel like that's you. This energy is you. This energy is you. This energy. I'm not saying that you don't have work to do, Sagittarius. I'm not saying that you're not working on your healing. I'm saying that I believe you're waiting for someone else to work on their healing. Now, whether that's fate, destiny, I don't know. I've always felt like I'm not supposed to wait. I've always felt like I'm supposed to take action and continue moving forward. I mean, it was the person who awakened me that would say repeatedly, we can't go backwards. It's not an option. The only option is to continue moving forward. It's almost like you're waiting. All right, Yod, destiny. We have the sun. This gives us energy like spirit steps in. Let's look at that moon soul card. We have the star. Look at that. Bright hope for the future. Clean slate. It's giving strong twin energy. Maybe you waited for someone, Sagittarius. It's this energy of like something wasn't going to happen until it was like meant to happen. So it's like the destiny card is like spirit, like divine timing, that type of energy. Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. Look at that. Like the person wasn't going to awaken until it was just their time to awaken, right? You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. I also see the Isis card, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Look at this. On the bottom, the Miriam, sacred vision. Do you see the twins? Choose to forgive in order to heal and see the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. All right, Moonology to close it out. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. You definitely could be dealing with Scorpio energy. We all know I am. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. It's full moon in Pisces. One more, please. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's the mutable moon. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Sagittarius. I hope that reading was helpful. Make sure to tap that like button for me if it was. I'm going to clean up. We're going to move on to the water signs. I forgot to make my little cleanup video. Did it feel like it resonates? I mean, it feels exciting, but nervous energy all at the same time. And maybe even like a struggle to believe something. Ooh, the yawns tonight. Have mercy. Remember when I used to think I was tired? All right, I'm going to start with Cancer first. Let's do 4755 for Cancer. And this is going to be for the week of January 18th through the 24th. Capricorn new moon coming in on the 18th. Let's see how that energy plays out for Cancer. Energy of the week, we have water element, sensing. You're feeling something. This is your intuition. Challenge or obstacle, we have Grand Cross, provoker. So your intuition is telling you something about something or someone around you. I mean, it's the provoker energy. Lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We have Black Moon Lilith. There is a mystery here. This is some shadow energy as well with Black Moon Lilith. It's also number 12. That could be significant. And then potential outcomes for Cancer. We have 12th house, escape. I don't know how much I like that card. We do have lunar eclipse change on the bottom. Guys, we're going to talk more about eclipse season here in the next couple of weeks. We do have some powerful eclipses in 2026. Cancer, I feel like there's someone poking the bear. Someone poking the bear. And I think that you sense it's coming to some type of like head. Some type of face-off, some type of standoff, maybe. I'm a little nervous about the 12th house escape card. Like, is this you able to escape this energy, or is this you running from the energy? All right, we have Four of Pentacles. So it's this energy of whatever you're sensing, it's that you have to release something. Four of Pentacles is when you're holding on to something really tightly because you're in fear that you're letting something go, or that there won't be more of something. So you keep the energy like very, very restricted. So there's this energy, Cancer, like you're about to have to like let go of some type of restriction in order to allow more energy to flow. All right, Grand Cross Provoker. We do have Temperance coming out, Sagittarius energy. It's in the challenges or obstacles, so there's an imbalance here. There's an imbalance when it comes to passion and emotion. All right, Black Moon Lilith. This is your lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. You faced your shadow self. And Cancer, you most likely have integrated your shadow self. And this is definitely going to be an opportunity to integrate or apply the things you've learned about your shadow self. We have Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords is like anxiety, depression, overthinking, over worrying. There's this energy like this is what's happening, but you need to, with the Lilith card in your lesson learn, it's like you've already learned that overstressing, over worrying, all of these types of things is not going to change an outcome or a situation. And you've already learned that your dark shadow energy is your superpower. You may not have learned, Cancer, how to apply that energy into that power. That's very possible because I feel like collectively, that's what we're all learning to do right now. Um, 12th house escape is the potential outcome. Let's see if you stand up for yourself, Cancer. So we have Two of Swords. So it's this energy of no action, not sure what to do or where to go. Maybe feeling like you want to escape some type of pressure. And the pressure is definitely going to be the Four of Pentacles. Whatever this is all about, Cancer, it's about the restrictive energy that you've applied to something. You do have Judgment on the bottom, Scorpio energy. Temperance, Sagittarius energy. All right, let's pull some guidance. Elmora, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And Lady Nada, heart awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. All right, Moonology to close it out for Cancer. Don't let your past hold you back. It's the South Node, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. It's full moon in Capricorn. And we don't have full moon, but we do have the new moon in Capricorn, January 18th. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Cancer. I hope that reading was helpful. Make sure to tap that like button for me if it was. Clean up, and we're going to move on to Scorpio. I don't know why I said it like that. Excuse me. So as I was getting ready for the Scorpio reading, I heard take it slow. So I don't know if that's like for me or if that's for Scorpio. All right, let's do 5818 for Scorpio. Scorpio, this is going to be for January 18th through the 24th. So again, the 18th could be significant. The Capricorn new moon does come in on the 18th, Scorpio. So let's see how that energy will impact you. Energy of the week, we have Neptune, sacrifice. It's number 10. The woman is sticking out to me. All right, challenge or obstacle, we have 9th house, faith. Lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle is Uranus, the genius. Potential outcome for Scorpio is 10th house, the world. Pisces, I believe, is on the bottom. This isn't an easy one, but I'm just going to spit it out. I don't know if you actually have to sacrifice something or not, Scorpio, because Neptune is the planet of confusion. So it's very possible that you believe, right? Pisces, I believe. It's very possible that you believe, and I'm coughing, so there's like some throat chakra, like there's, excuse me, sorry. Like something needs to be said, but someone's holding back or they're not saying it. But anyway, Neptune is the planet of confusion. So there's a sacrifice that you believe is happening, maybe with a woman, and you feel that you have to, I don't know, fulfill this sacrifice. But again, Neptune is a planet of confusion. So it's like you may not be correct about that. Like that may just be your belief, but that may not necessarily be like what's happening. The faith card in your challenges or obstacles, that's kind of what tells me that this could be some confusion here. You could be lacking in faith, especially if you feel like you have to sacrifice something or someone. Like you have to let them go, or you're not allowed to have them, or I don't know, something like that. The Uranus Genius card number 9 in your lesson learned to help you with the 33 and 9th house faith card is like you come up with some shocking plan or idea or something you didn't think of or believe before, right? It's this energy like this. And then 10th house as your potential outcome, the world card is always going to be about closing out old chapters, starting new chapters, and the potential for like several new opportunities. All right, Scorpio, let's start with Neptune. Sacrifice is number 10. We have Page of Cups. Page of Cups is the I'm sorry card. It's also the card of a small offer. And it's also the card of like not at its fullest potential. All right, 9th house faith, Scorpio. We do have the death card. That is your energy. That is Scorpio energy. It's transformation. It's endings and beginnings. There's something here about something ending. It's almost like you're fearful that something will end, and you're lacking faith that something new will begin. All right, lesson learned. You have 2 of Swords. So like your mind, your thoughts could be keeping you restricted at this time, Scorpio. 10th house, the world. We do have Ace of Swords. There's that new clarity. There's the new communication. There's new understanding. It's like a completely new cycle. It's like a week of something. I mean, the page is like small energy, but this doesn't feel small to Scorpio. This feels transformative. It feels powerful. It feels, major arcana, the death card. Like this old way is done, and this is the new way now. The Hierophant is on the bottom. It's giving strong spiritual energy. It's almost like the old way of lacking faith, or not looking towards spirit when you feel like your faith is being tested. Like that's what's done. Scorpio could be praying more. All right, let's pull some guidance. Lord Shiva, transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. Krishna, devotion, trust your spiritual guidance, your commitment has been recognized, you are loved unconditionally. All right, Scorpio, let's pull the Moonology Oracle. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Look at that. Your commitment is being tested. A personal issue reaches a resolution. A full moon in Cancer. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces is on the bottom. Definitely being tested, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, guys, make sure to tap that like button for me. Let's clean up and we're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces, I've seen the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Pentacles. You could be offered, receive some offer this week. All right, Pisces, let's timestamp. Let's do 104.14. The fours could be significant. Pisces, this is for January 18th through the 24th. All right, energy of the week. We have the void of course moon missing. The void of course moon is what they call the moon when, okay, so there's this little gap of time when the moving from one sign to the next sign. And when it's in that little gap, like when it's left the one sign, not quite to the next sign, that's what they call the void of course moon. And it said that like it's missing, right? Because it's not in any sign at that moment. Like my moon app will tell me, like it'll pop up and tell me when the void of course moon is happening, and it'll tell me like when it's beginning and when it's ending, right? So there's going to be something about that. Number 52, it's your energy of the week. You could feel like something's missing. Like you could feel like you're in this, Pisces, like you're in this limbo period. Like you haven't quite finished something and something new hasn't quite started yet. It's like this weird, that's not true. It's like you have finished something, but the new hasn't started yet. All right, challenge or obstacle. We have solar eclipse revolution, number 44. That's a pretty powerful word for the experiences that we're all experiencing all around the world today. All right, Saturn truth card is going to be your lesson learned. We do have Capricorn new moon this week. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. Saturn is going to be about discipline and consistency. That is how we're going to make it through this energy this week. We do have fire element coming out for your potential outcome. There's something that you desire, something that you're wanting. It's probably this thing that you're waiting for it to come in. North Node, life's purpose. So it is new energy, and it is going to be something that like you're headed towards. All right, let's see if we can figure out what it is that you feel like you're missing. Void of course moon, number 52. We have 7 of swords, the leveling up. The leveling up. So Pisces, it's like you started this journey. There was a lot of promises made. You could feel like you have fulfilled your, I don't know, part of the deal, and you could feel like you're waiting for spirit to, or the universe to fulfill its part of the deal. You could be struggling to believe that there's some type of leveling up in your future, or that you'll be able to get out of some type of situation, or just have better in your life. Solar eclipse revolution is what needs to happen, but let's see why it's in your challenges or obstacle. 10 of Pentacles here. So your goals, your achievements, the things that you want out of life are in your challenges or obstacles. Some revolution is definitely needed. I mean, it's needed in the world in general, right? But it's also needed in something that you're doing, Pisces. There's this energy of like lack of motivation. There's this energy of like something's taking too long, so you're starting to give up. Saturn truth is like there could be some hard truths exposed this week as well. We do have the 9 of Wands coming out. So 9 of Wands is perseverance. Don't give up. Don't quit. That's definitely going to be spirit in your lesson learned to help you with your challenge or obstacle. But it's also the energy of like doing something the same way and then expecting a different result. So there's something about that here, Pisces. It's like you can't keep, doing something the same way and then getting upset that you're not getting the outcome that you're wanting. All right, fire element desire. Let's see what it is that Pisces wants. The Fool. You want to be able to break free. You want to be able to start completely over, a clean slate, start from scratch is the message I just heard. It is taking a leap of faith. There's this energy of needing to be courageous enough to take a leap of faith. I think that is like what it is that you're doing, Pisces, that is like keeping you in the same spot and you're expecting a different result. There's definitely some type of leap of faith that's needed. All right, Pisces, let's pull guidance. They come out pretty easily. Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. Look at that big confirmation there. Joan of Arc, voice of truth, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. And then Moonology to close it out for Pisces. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. For those of you Pisces that are worried about your immediate family, that's what that card always tells me. And look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Remember, guys, this is the new moon in Sagittarius coming in on January 18th. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Make sure to tap that like button for me if it was. I'm going to clean up. We're going to move on to the earth signs. I didn't think this through, and I set the bed up so that I could do tarot from bed. But I mean, who wants to sit like 2 hours with their legs cramped up? So I had to figure out a way to stretch. I feel like I'm a little behind. I'm trying to figure out like why, and it looks like Leo. Like what's Leo's reading 20 minutes long? That's crazy. All right. Let's do 112:52 for Taurus. Taurus, this is going to be January 18th through the 24th. Capricorn new moon coming in on the 18th. I'm going to start out with the Black Moon Oracle. Let's get your energy of the week. Look at that. Capricorn I use comes out number 22. We timestamped at 112. What was it? 52. So the twos definitely could be significant. Could have something to do with partnership as well. Capricorn is actually the natural ruler of the 10th house, but there is this energy of like another person. Challenge or obstacle, we have Scorpio, I transform, number 20. Lesson learned to help you with a challenge or obstacle, we have Libra, I balance. And then potential outcome, we have the Sun coming out with Spirit. Pluto transformation, number 11 is on the bottom. Taurus, I think this has something to do with a partnership, maybe a close relationship. I'm feeling drawn to tell you about the Capricorn I use energy. Capricorn is the energy in the zodiac that uses everyone else's resources. Like that's what they do. That's what they were created to do. They gather other people's resources, and that's how they accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. I'm not sure, Taurus. There could be this energy like you could feel like you're being used. If that's a situation, the Capricorn new moon could definitely be illuminating that for you, pushing you to release whatever is keeping you trapped in that lower vibrational energy. The Scorpio I transform is like it's been calling you to do this, and maybe you've been holding on to something or someone. I definitely feel like it's the someone. I feel like it's an intimate relationship. Libra balance is your lesson learned. There's this energy here, Taurus, like you've already found your balance, or this is more like, it's giving me more like peace energy. Like you've already found your peace. The sun is your spirit. It's like it's more than your will. It's like your fight, your like something that you're going after that you want. It gives you the motivation or the uh inspiration to go after what it is you want. I feel like I'm talking to a Taurus who feels like their peace is being tested, and you're at this place where you're trying to figure out if it's worth something. Like, is it possible to find some type of balance in the situation without having to give up your peace? I think this has something to do with someone that you do a lot for. This could have something to do with like overdoing, overgiving. All right, let's look at Capricorn. I use the Eight of Wands comes out. This is sudden information and quick changes. Scorpio, I transform. We have King of Swords. This is accountability. This is speaking truth. Libra, I balance. We have the Lovers. So big confirmation that this is someone that you're intimate with or in an intimate relationship with. The Lovers card, I know we want to make it like the fantasy fairy tale of these two people that find each other and live happily ever after, yay, but that's actually not the meaning to the Lovers card. The meaning to the Lovers card says that you choose yourself. You choose yourself so that you can replenish yourself, so that you can learn to love yourself, so that you can come into a bond of union whole. All right. The Sun card, your spirit, I will admit this is throwing me off slightly. We have the Star, Aquarius. I feel like you fought for this person or this other energy, whatever it is, for a really long time. I feel that you think their lack of accountability is what's giving you the courage or like the new inspiration to move forward with some type of clean slate. I think this is just Taurus choosing themselves. The Magician is on the bottom. All right, let's pull some guidance from Keepers of the Light. Chronos, life force, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Commander Ashtar, call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. That is King of Swords as well. Walk your talk. Green Terra is on the bottom. Supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitations and trust. Here's what I'm going to say. If you're in a particular type of relationship, intimate relationship, you may not be able just to cut cords and walk away. You may actually have to heal the wound that has the cord attached, right? All right, Taurus. Moonology is next. This is going to help you with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like this is an emotional week. It's very possible things happen very quickly. Have faith in your dreams. It's the waxing crescent moon. This is definitely giving you that energy of choosing yourself, focusing on what it is that you want. Expect powerful changes, new moon eclipse, and a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo is on the bottom. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, make sure to tap that like button for me. We have Virgo next. Virgo is my third house on my birth chart. To say I'm an overthinker is a giant understatement. But it's also where my North Node is. All right, Virgo. Let's do 122.22. All right, and this is going to be for the week of January 18th through the 24th. You do have the Capricorn new moon. First new moon of 2026, guys, coming in on the 18th. So let's see how that energy plays out for Virgo. We have 7th house partners, number 31. So this is about your relationships. Challenge or obstacle, Virgo. We have first house, the body. Lesson learned to help you with a challenge or obstacle. We have Cancer, I feel. And then potential outcome, we do have lunar eclipse changes coming out 31, 25, 16, and 43. We do have 49 Jupiter return benefits on the bottom. It's very similar to the Taurus reading. It's very similar energy of choosing yourself. It's very similar energy of if there is a relationship where you are overgiving, you know that you're overgiving, you know the energy is not equal effort. You definitely could be like preparing yourself this week for some type of a lunar eclipse is something that is it's been hidden, but it comes to the surface. It's usually about change, and it's usually something that you've been putting off, like sweeping under the rug type of energy. And it's something that you've been sweeping under the rug that it's like the lunar eclipse pulls the rug out from under you. So you can't hide it under there anymore. You have to face it. All right, 7th house partners, the Cancer energy, which you also have here, comes out. It's about, again, doing something right. Is something right or wrong in this relationship? And it's like, maybe you've been sweeping something under the rug, and it's like, this is the week you're going to have to face that situation. All right, first house, the body, King of Cups. It's causing you a lot of emotional irregulation. That's the reason, and you already know this. Like, I feel like I'm not telling you anything, Virgo, that you don't already know. Whenever you're around this person, maybe you feel like you get more worked up. You feel more anxiety. Maybe you feel more emotional. Maybe you feel more triggered. King of Cups in your challenges or obstacles could definitely be the energy of feeling triggered. But it's like your body is giving you signs. It's telling you um, something about needing to choose yourself, just like that Taurus reading. All right, Cancer, I feel the Empress. So again, it's this energy of inner knowing. Again, it's like your body's giving you signals. And then lunar eclipse change, 4 of Pentacles. releasing the restrictive energy, letting go in order to allow energy to flow. All right, Virgo, let's pull a guidance card. The Miriam Sacred Vision, the twins comes out. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. And remember that love has no boundaries. I feel like we saw that one earlier. Archangel Michael comes out, one of my favorite cards in this oracle. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Ascension is on the bottom. All right, Moonology to close it out for Virgo. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. 2 cards. Communication is key. It's new moon and Gemini. I'm picking up a lot of twin flame vibes with this reading. You are good enough. It's full moon and Virgo. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful, Virgo. If it was, make sure to tap that like button for me. All right, we've made it to Capricorn, and this is the Capricorn week, Capricorn new moon, first new moon of 2026. Let's do 128, 22. The 22s on the timestamps are starting to stick out to me. All right, Capricorn, this is for January 18th through January 24th. Your new moon, first new moon of 2026, comes in on the 18th. Let's see how that energy plays out for Capricorn. We have third house messages. It's number 27. Challenge or obstacle. We have Leo energy coming out, number 17 with I will. Lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. We have 8th house, endings and beginnings. Some Scorpio energy here. Potential outcome. We do have part of fortune increase. On the bottom, Pluto transformation. So Capricorn, you could be dealing with a lot of Scorpio energy. Maybe, for example, I'm talking to a Capricorn sun and a Scorpio moon. Just saying, could be an example. All right, third house messages. I want to be like, oh, you're getting some messages, someone's returning, you're going to talk it out, all of that, but that's not it at all. The third house messages that you're receiving, these are downloads, activations. You see the third eye in the top of the picture. The picture itself shows like, what's it called? The little drawings on the inside the pyramid walls. So yeah, it's like you're receiving universal information, you're receiving downloads. Capricorn, you could be experiencing a third eye activation. When you experience a third eye activation, it's like the blinders get taken off. And it's like suddenly you have inner knowing. It's more than just inner knowing. It's a knowing that explains itself. So it's like it's a knowledge you didn't have before. If you did have it before, maybe you didn't understand it before. And it's like now it's in full clarity. When I had third eye activation, it's like I was able to look at people and I can tell when they're lying. I could look at people and I can see like through their um like through the exterior, like through the mask. I could start to see where people's trauma is internally. I could tell you like why, like what hurt them, what caused them to react the way that they react. Um, all of these things happen when I had third eye activation. It was like I could see through things. I will say, for some of you, okay, so we all have, like, we all awaken for different reasons, right? Like, there's different things that cause spiritual awakening journeys, right? We all know at this point that I'm here because, I met someone, right? And then it it crumbled the foundation that I had built my life on, right? Like my belief system completely crumbled. So I had to rebuild that foundation, that belief system. Um, Many of us call that twin flame, right? There's other ways to have spiritual awakening. Drug use is a way. Like you could do too many drugs, and it could um, like activate spiritual awakening. It could catapult you into your spiritual awakening. And if that's the case, and I'm not saying this is like for you, Capricorn. I mean, it could be anything. But let's just say, for example, if that's the case, it's possible that the information is like you can see it. There's so many different pictures, there's so many different messages on this card. It's possible that the information is coming in very quickly, and it's also very possible that you're struggling with your willpower, and that could make things more challenging when it comes to understanding. When you have twin flame awakening, you tend to go through a slower process of awakening. Twin flame awakening is a breaking of the heart. Okay, you experience a broken heart in a way that it literally almost takes you out of this world, right? And then you go through dark night of the soul. God comes and picks you up out of the ashes, yada yada yada, right? Um, it's a much slower process when you're learning the things through spiritual awakening. You don't feel like all the information is slammed into you and you have to figure it all out. It feels like spirit is next to you and giving you this little piece and the next little piece. And now we're going to learn about this, Rosa, and now we're going to learn about that. You know what I'm trying to say? But when someone, for example, does drugs, or here's another one, because it doesn't have to be drugs. If you get into a really bad car accident, you can have a really bad car accident and, like, I don't know, experience, like, have amnesia. And then, you have amnesia for, I don't know, 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and you remember who you are again. But now you have all this information, right? All of this spiritual information that you don't know how to explain. You don't know how to tell people what's happening. You're probably scared to tell people what's happening because people look at you like you're crazy, right? And you're having a hard time processing that information. It's not slow and step by step and guided like it is with twin flame. You see what I'm trying to say? So things like drug use, extensive drug use, excessive drug use, or things like shocking trauma, like for a car accident is the only thing I can think of that would happen like that fast. You don't expect it. There could be a lot of trauma, and then it's like bam, spiritual awakening, right? I feel like I'm talking to someone that it's all coming in very quickly, and you're struggling to uh like put the pieces together. You're struggling to understand what happens. A lot of times when this happens, you could experience things like psychosis. You can experience things like anxiety, depression. Um, with eighth house beginnings and endings, you could also be going through some type of transformation where you're finally surrendering. You're not trying to figure it all out at once. You've kind of like let go and said, like, I'm just here. I'm just going to do what I'm guided to do. And I'm not going to resist, and I'm not going to push, and I'm not going to go against the spiritual guidance anymore. Because with the Leo energy, I will, in your challenges or obstacle, I feel like your willpower could have held you up, could have given you more struggle. Like you wanted something to be this way, so you used your willpower to like push through. And I feel like we all do it. Like I did it in my journey. Remember how I said I got into this whole other relationship and I try to recreate the whole twin flame wheel? If you have this type of awakening, I am really starting to get to the point to where I believe that um, I don't think we're gonna date. I don't think that I'm supposed to date. I don't think I'm supposed to be dating anyone. I don't think I'm supposed to be in a relationship with anyone. I don't know if that's like forever. I don't know if that's like, just now for now. I have no idea. I just know that I tried to be in a relationship, and I tried even though I knew the entire time I wasn't supposed to be there. And even though I heard the guidance the entire time telling me not to be there, I tried to do it anyway. I was like, I can recreate the wheel. I can make this different. We'll go a different path. It doesn't have to be this way. And we all see how that turned out. So by studying other twin flames, I've learned that there are periods, and sometimes lengthy, it seems like lengthy periods, where you're on your own. And really, honestly, we should all probably experience that at some, you know, part of our journey or another. But I think that I'm talking to a Capricorn because of this eighth house endings and beginnings in your challenges, I'm sorry, in your lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle, and the part of fortune increase being your potential outcome. It's like this is the week you surrender. This is the week where you're like, you know what? I'm not going to try to figure it all out. I do see everything. Maybe you start journaling. Maybe you start writing things down. But it's like you're not going to conspiracy theory rabbit hole tunnel it anymore. You see what I'm trying to say? Like you're not going to lose yourself in your mind to trying to figure out like what's happening. You're just going to be in the present. And when you're in the present is when you have energy like part of fortune increase, right? When you're too worried about the past, stressing about what's to come, you're not in the present. When you're not in the present, you're lacking faith, right? Because if you're worried and stressed about stuff, then you don't have faith that like everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out. It's like this is the week where you finally start to leave. There's some type of surrender here. Like you're letting go of the need to know the hows, the whys, or even letting go of what the outcome has to be. Like maybe you thought the outcome had to be a certain way. All right, Two of Wands comes out. Two of Wands is like impatient energy. It also says like you have a very important decision to make, but I think this is more about trusting something. And notice how I talked about the rabbit holes. See the rabbit? All right, the Six of Pentacles comes out for the I will. The Six of Pentacles is like getting assistance, finding balance, making things even. It's also this energy of feeling like you got gypped out on something. And it's in your challenges or obstacles. So I do feel, Capricorn, like you could feel like something was meant to be yours. You got gypped out. That's probably why you pushed so much for it. That's probably why you really like, um, you know, pushed your willpower towards that energy. Um, and probably like why it was so hard for you to just surrender and let go. It's giving this energy of like what will be will be. All right, eighth house, endings and beginnings. We have Six of Wands. There is a victory. You notice something. I feel like you've achieved a few things and you're starting to notice them. So that's what I was feeling with this energy. Like you really had been pushing for a long time because you wanted to know the ways of something, or you wanted to know what it all meant, or you wanted to know where it was all going. And now you're being more patient. Now you're having more trust. The deer in the in the middle of the two wands is about having trust, faith. So it's like now, for some reason, you felt like you got gypped out on something, but it's like now you feel like if it's meant to be, it'll be type of energy. And I feel like it is meant to be because Six of Wands is like a giant victory. And then you have part of fortune increase. Page of Cups does come out. Okay, so Page of Cups is, it's small. It is an offer. Someone could also even apologize, but it's a very small step. Nine of Wands is on the bottom. Nine of Wands is not giving up. Perseverance. Could also be about breaking through walls and barriers. Hope. Love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Kutimi, cloak of wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Mercury's on the bottom. Open communication. Get weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. All right, Capricorn. Moonology to close it out. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Believe in the impossible. It's the blue moon. You definitely could be overthinking something. It's like when you become more present, it's almost like you get luckier because you come more into alignment. And it's not that you get luckier. It was always meant to be that way. But it's like you feel luckier because, you know, you're moving into alignment. Your dreams need a practical plan. So big confirmation there as well. Full moon in Taurus. Bottom of the deck, a new start is coming, the new moon. That could be giving you some type of like timing. The new moon does come in, Capricorn. It is your new moon, comes in on the 18th. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Ooh, it is a long one tonight, y'all. We still have air signs left: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You hung out with me. I appreciate you. Vanessa, I see you over there on Facebook, keeping the timestamps. Three more. Three more. The 18th is Sunday. I'm going to try to do a music and tarot on Sunday night. So if you guys are new, make sure that you're hitting the notification bell to all, so it lets you know when we pop on and do music and tarot. They're usually not scheduled ahead of time, but I just noticed a couple of days ago that the new moon was on Sunday, and I do believe I'm going to be free Sunday night. So I think I would like to do some Capricorn new moon readings. It's going to be pretty important because it is the first new moon of 2026 on Sunday night. I'll also be back Tuesday for Love and Astrology. We're going to talk Aquarius season next week as well, which again is going to be pretty impactful and much different than any Aquarius season we've experienced before, again, because of Pluto in Aquarius. But all of that next week. All right, let's get started with Gemini. Let's do 1:45:30. And this is going to be for the week of January 18th through the 24th. So that Capricorn new moon, of course, coming in on the 18th. Energy of the week, we have the North Node, life's purpose. So this is where you're headed, Gemini. Challenge your obstacle. We have Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Mercury is actually not retrograde right now, but you could be going through some type of reinventing, rebranding. I know that we are here at PLR. Lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We have Venus, love coming out. Venus is going to be big in 2026 as well. Venus actually is going to go retrograde. How interesting. That is going to be a timing. Gemini, this is a clue. Venus is going to go retrograde. We actually already talked about this because Venus moved into Aquarius. So when Venus moved into Aquarius, again, every planet that transits through Aquarius in 2026 is going to feel different than anything we've experienced before because Pluto is in Aquarius for the first time in 250 years, right? But we talked a little bit about well, we did a whole Tuesday night with Venus and Aquarius energy. If you're looking for that video, you can find it over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. But we also took a little sneak peek into Venus retrograde because Venus retrograde is pretty specific to me personally and my spiritual awakening journey. I had Kundalini awakening during Venus retrograde of the summer of 2023. I struggle to talk about Kundalini awakening because I feel like nobody knows what the heck I'm talking about. And then I watched a video earlier today where the lady said that there's some, I don't know, statistics out there somewhere that say there's only 0.1%, 0.1. So not 1 point whatever, 0.1% of the population on the world has experienced Kundalini, which yes, is still millions of people. But compared to how many people there are on the world, like that's still pretty small. So I feel like that's why I struggle to talk about Kundalini awakening so much. And I do feel as 2026 moves on, there's going to be a lot more people that experience Kundalini activation. And then I think we'll be able to talk about it a lot more. And it'll be, you know what I'm saying? It's not just me giving you information. It'll be more, you know, interactive because you'll be able to tell me like what you're experiencing and what you're going through. Anyway, Venus is retrograding this year, 2026, in Scorpio. And that to me has me a little bit nervous, just because I remember, you know, Venus retrograde, you know, the last time, Kundalini activation, all of that stuff. So this is pretty interesting. I feel like Gemini, it could be giving you some type of timing here. And remember, the main card here, your main theme, your energy for the week is the life's purpose. All right, let's pull out potential outcomes for Gemini. We have grand trine blessings. I love this. This is Gemini definitely coming into alignment, following purpose, maybe experiencing some type of activation. I don't know if it's necessarily Kundalini for you. It definitely could be, but it could also be heart activation as well. Earth element stability is on the bottom. I do feel like that is the goal. All right, let's pull some Gilded Tarot. All right, Page of Cups comes back out. So this is about baby steps, taking small steps. Mercury retrograde, reinvention, Ace of Swords comes out. So it's like struggling to find clarity, understanding. Could have something to do with communication. Venus, love, we have Page of Swords. Page of Swords is my little creepy stalker guy in the Gilded Tarot. It says that someone's watching, but they're too fearful to communicate. Grand trine blessings, we do have Six of Wands coming out. So I feel like you get noticed or some type of notoriety, either that or you notice something, you find some type of clarity, some type of understanding. I do feel that it's very possible, Gemini, that there is fear to communicate. I almost said with one another, especially if you're in, this particular type of spiritual awakening journey. Knight of Pentacles is on the bottom. It does say it's time to get moving, but it does say it's okay to move slowly. There's something about that energy here as well. All right, let's pull a guidance card. Page of Cups could also be a small offer. It could also be the I'm sorry card as well. All right, Green Tara, Supreme Protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut, moved beyond limitation, and trust. We have Snot Kumura. Sounds like I said snot, don't it? Light activation. Shine your light. Your eternal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Last one, Ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Gemini, it's beautiful energy. A time to give rather than take. New moon and Virgo. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon and Leo. And adjustments are required. It's the third quarter moon. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it right here. Strong twin flame vibes. I hope that reading was helpful. All right, we got Libra next. All right, let's do 153.30 for Libra. Libra, this is going to be January 18th through the 24th. You do have the Capricorn new moon coming in on the 18th. Let's get your energy of the week. We have South Node, Life's Depths. It's giving a little bit of karmic energy, Libra. We have part of fortune increase in your challenge or obstacle. You could feel like you're struggling to see good things happening, or you're waiting for good things to start happening. Lesson learned, we have Taurus, I have, and potential outcome, we have sixth house routine coming out. It's going to have something to do with your health, physical health, mental health, spiritual health. North Node, life's purpose is on the bottom. Pretty interesting that you have North Node, South Node as your main energy for the week, and then North Node is on the bottom of the deck. I do feel like you're going to be leaving something in the past in order to tap into this part of fortune increase. You can find the part of fortune increase on your birth charts, and this could give you some type of big clue about what it is that you're having to release from your past. I think there's also this energy of being concerned about something coming or when it's coming. Spirit's going to say that you already know. The way to bring this energy in faster is to be grateful for what you already have, right? This could all have something to do with your sixth house, with your physical health, mental health, spiritual health, daily routines, your job where you go to every day, something like that. All right, Libra, let's start with the South Node and let's look at life's debts. We have Two of Cups. This has something to do with a relationship, a partnership. Part of increase, we have the death card, death and transformation. There's some type of ending here. Maybe like something needs to come to an end, but you're still holding on to it, or you haven't like drawn the hard line. You haven't brought it to a complete closure. All right, the Taurus energy I feel like Spirit's asking you to focus on what's left, what you have around you, what you need to be grateful for. We have Ace of Wands coming out. Ace of Wands is like purpose, destiny, fate. It's also new, passionate energy. You could feel like you're getting some new, passionate energy this week as well. Sixth house routine, the Emperor comes out. Maybe this new, passionate energy is helping you take control of your daily routine or your mental health, physical health, spiritual health. And maybe for some of you, this could have something to do with financial health. All right, Temperance, High Priestess on the bottom. All right, let's pull some guidance for Libra. We have the Faith card, humanity and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Hilarion, divine healing. It's the energy of Chiron. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. And your light can support others. Mercury, open communication, is on the bottom. All right, Moonology to close it out for Libra. Definitely some communication needed with this Two of Cups partnership, especially if there's not equal effort. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So it's like if you're fearful of that communication, Spirit's saying like it's a win-win outcome. You just have to have the courage to take the action. You're very close to achieving your goal. It's the gibbous moon. Prosperity lies ahead is on the bottom. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful, Libra. I'm going to clean up. We have one more, Aquarius. Aquarius is going to be the star of the show here in just a few days. I believe we're going to have an Aquarius stellium. A lot of exciting energy in Aquarius. And it is the house of the people, right? The house of the masses. And that stellium we have is bringing in great Leo courage, which I think is going to be really interesting as we go through these next few days, just based on what's happening in the world today, right? All right, Aquarius, 158.48 because I seen it. So the numbers could be significant. This is for January 18th through the 24th. So the 8s could be significant. All right, Aquarius. Almost Aquarius season. Let's see. What is the energy with this Capricorn new moon coming in on January 18th? Right before your season starts, we have solar eclipse revolution number 44. Ninth house faith is in your challenges or obstacles. Sagittarius IC is in your lesson learned. And then potential outcome, we do have Mars force. Wow, do you guys see this reading? We do have Grand Cross Provoker on the bottom. Aquarius, I have to read it how it is. I have to read it how the energy is. A lot of what's happening in the world today is because of Aquarius. Not exactly. But it is because Pluto has moved into Aquarius. You guys remember at the end of 2024 when we kept talking about Pluto moving into Aquarius and how this was a once in a lifetime, we'd never experienced this, yada, yada, yada. And then it happened, right? It happened in 2025. And now Pluto is in Aquarius, right? And we're seeing death and destruction literally everywhere. Aquarius, remember, is masses, like mass people. Um, the reason that Pluto is in Aquarius, and another thing that's interesting is not only is Pluto in Aquarius for the first time in 250 years, but Pluto is in Aquarius directly in front of the United States. The last time that Pluto was directly in front of the United States and was in the sign of Aquarius was 250 years ago when we had a revolution. Like, what are the odds, right? What are the odds? Is that what's happening now? I mean, many say yes, that is what's happening. I think it's a lot more than history repeating itself in the US, though. I know a lot of people are focused on the idea that Pluto is right in front of the US, and so the energy is focused on the US. And is the US the main star of the show? Yes, absolutely. But it's impacting the whole world. Astrology impacts the whole world. Astrology is the study of the energy that these planets bring, right? So just like the moon controls the tides, the moon controls our emotions, right? So Pluto is out there, and I know they said it was too far away and it kept going out of bounds and it wasn't a planet. But that was like the biggest mistake I think we've probably made, because Pluto is not only a very significant planet in our solar system, but it is a very powerful planet. And the reason that Pluto is in Aquarius in front of the US right now, and all of this is happening all over the world right now, is because Pluto, again, the planet of death and destruction, is tearing down the old foundation. The foundation that was built on lies, the foundation that was built on deceit, the foundation that was built on thievery and stealing and taking from others and hurting children, and all of this grossness that's being brought to the surface now is what Pluto in Aquarius means. And this has to happen in order for us to rebuild. I know we don't want to hear that, but that is the case. If Pluto in Aquarius hadn't happened, all right, let me know if you can hear me. I know we lost the picture. It looks like my phone died, which makes no sense because it's totally plugged up to the charger. I did disappear, but we're on the last one, so I'm just gonna finish it out. Let me know. Let me know that you can hear me though. Okay. I do see mic check, so I feel like it should be okay. Pretty interesting though that it happened like when it happened, right? So I was talking about how what does Pluto in Aquarius and all of this transformation and all this upheaval mean for the sign of Aquarius? And it means that you're going to experience some type of upheaval. You're going to experience some energy of like flipping the tables. You know what I'm trying to say? Just like Jesus coming in and flipping those tables over, that's the energy that you're going to experience with these cards, right? Okay, let's go over it. Revolution, you have Queen of Swords. So this is going to have something to do with standing up for yourself, speaking truth, having healthy boundaries. The faith card in your challenges or obstacles, the death card comes out. So again, losing faith that something is coming to an end, that you won't have to deal with something anymore, or you're losing faith that if you let something go, something else won't come in its place. Sagittarius, I see you have the Ace of Wands. So again, fate, destiny, and new passionate action. That's going to be it, Aquarius. New passionate action. All right, potential outcome. We do have Mars force, and we do have a 3 of Swords. You are going through some type of healing. I do feel like you're going to experience some type of, I don't know, something you have to face that maybe necessarily you don't want to, maybe you're in fear of, but I feel like it's going to give you the courage you need to take the passionate action to put whatever this is in your past and be able to give yourself some type of clean slate, new start, because again, that's exactly what Pluto in Aquarius is doing. All right, guidance for Aquarius, charity, prayer, and contemplation. Definitely what is needed in the world today, right? Connect with the heaven, ask and you shall receive. Freya, phases and cycles. Big confirmation here. There are beginnings within every ending. Thank you, Spirit. Illusions are revealed and released. All right, let's pull Moonology to close it out. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio, another confirmation. And take time to breathe out. That's it, Aquarius. That's going to be all 12 signs, guys, for the week of January 18th through the 24th. Capricorn new moon coming in on the 18th. Make sure to have your notification bells hit to all. I do intend on going live with music and tarot on Sunday night and offering some Capricorn new moon readings. Guys, this is going to be a very powerful new moon. It is the first new moon of 2026. We want to make sure we're in alignment and setting powerful intentions for the rest of the year. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you for being so patient as we lost picture. My apologies. I'll have to go figure out what I did wrong where. I will put timestamps in the description box immediately following the live stream. So if you need to go back and rewatch any of that, that could be helpful. Thank you, ladies, for coming in. Moderator ladies, Vanessa, thank you for helping me with timestamps. I appreciate you so very much. And I will see everyone hopefully Sunday night. Capricorn new moon, music and tarot. I hope to see all of you there. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light.